when two souls are meant to be together.
Nothing can keep them apart.
Perseverance in the face of absolute hopelessness is something I've grown to admire, and it is a core theme in my next few videos. One character that I've seen show this quite recently is Hades in Blood of Zeus. In pop culture and in cinema, Hades is often depicted as an evil god within Greek mythology. The evil Hades, lord of the underworld and ruler of the dead, is often shown as being conniving, evil, and cruel. He is always shown as an evil god who wants nothing more than for Zeus and the Olympians to fall. While this is entertaining at times and makes telling the stories of the Olympians a lot easier, it isn't a true reflection of how Hades actually is in the real mythology. Something I enjoyed about watching Blood of Zeus Season 2 is seeing how they delved into the life of Hades, and they not only told his story, but showed how his struggles turned him into what he is. Welcome to the library, a digital syllabus for champions. My name is Donnie, and this is Blood of Zeus, the plight of Hades. The story of Hades all starts with the Titans, the sentient beings who ruled the world before the gods. The ruler of the Titans was Kronos, and he was Hades' father. But Kronos heard a prophecy that stated that one of his children would grow to overthrow him. So to avoid this outcome, he would eat them right after they were born. Hades was one of the first children to be born. So that's how Hades came into the world, as a meal for his father.
Kronos was told that one of his children would one day usurp him. So he swallowed each newborn child.
Eventually, when Zeus was born, his mother hid him away and gave Kronos a rock to eat instead. Zeus grew strong and eventually freed his siblings from Kronos' belly. And with the gods by his side, they defeated the Titans. That's what a lot of people don't realize. Hades is actually the older brother to both Zeus and Poseidon. When the last Titan fell, he cursed the gods, and as soon as his blood hit the sea, the giants were born. But at the same time, an even scarier beast was born, and after the gods defeated the giants, this beast came out of the ocean and nearly destroyed the whole world. The beast was Typhon, and the gods fought it and beat it, but they could not kill it, so they sealed it away. The witch goddess who imprisoned the Titan bound it to the Eleusinian stone, so whoever has the stone can unleash Typhon. Zeus decided that the world would be split into three realms: the underworld, the sea, and the heavens, and whoever ruled over the heavens would be the king of the gods and the one who keeps the Eleusinian stone. Since Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades were the three elders in the family, they would be the ones who would be given one of the three roles. It was basically a luck of the draw thing, kind of like drawing straws or flipping a coin, but whoever picked out the stone got the heavens. However, Poseidon and Hera conspired to ensure that Zeus picked out the Eleusinian stone and that Poseidon got the sea. So basically, Hades was always going to become the ruler of the underworld, no matter what. So let's recap. Hades is eaten alive by his own father at birth. He then has to fight two wars back to back and fight against an evil beast. He is then finessed by his own family when deciding the fate of his life, and after all his troubles, he is rewarded by being the god of the land of the dead, a land of eternal darkness and suffering. So it's pretty safe to say that despite being an all-powerful god, Hades has had a pretty horrible life. But it gets worse. You see, even though Hades is immortal, the underworld has a way of poisoning you. Think about it. We've all heard the quote about how cemeteries are places with the most regret and are the places with the most dead dreams. Now imagine being the ruler of all that regret, all that anguish, all of that pain. It has to drive you crazy. Hades endured this prison of eternal darkness for thousands of years, while the other gods lived their lives in eternal salvation. Hades was once a handsome man with long black hair, tanned skin, and chiseled features, but after enduring the plight of the underworld, he became pale, bold, and even developed dark markings on his face and body. When he would try to leave the underworld, he would feel this overwhelming pain that would only go away if he went back. He was trapped in this cold, desolate world, all alone, until Persephone.
I still remember the first time I saw her. No amount of pain could keep me away.
Hades fell in love with the goddess of flowers, and she fell in love with him. Suddenly, he had some sort of joy, some sort of happiness in his life, some reason to keep pushing on. His life no longer felt hopeless, but Persephone's mom had other ideas. Demeter is the goddess of the harvest, so she's basically the goddess of farming, When her daughter decided to marry Hades, Demeter was so angry that she did not allow any food to grow and made the world barren and cold. To make peace, Zeus decided that for 6 months out the year, Persephone would be in the underworld with Hades, and for 6 months, she would be with Demeter. This is how the seasons were created. Whenever Persephone left her mother, it would be winter and autumn, and when Persephone would reunite with her mother, spring and summer would happen. So let's recap one more time. Hades is eaten alive by his own father at birth. He then has to fight 2 wars back to back and fight against an evil beast. He is then finessed by his family when deciding his life. He then becomes the ruler of the Underworld. He suffers for thousands of years but is given some ray of joy when he falls in love with the love of his life. But her mother hates him so much that he is then forced to have a long-distance relationship with her for all eternity. What I respect about the God of the Dead is that even after all this, he still tries to make his life better by stealing the Eleusinian stone and freeing his wife and himself from their long-distance relationship. In their own words, when 2 souls are meant to be together, nothing can keep them apart.